Now back to Inside West Virginia Politics with Mark Curtis.
And welcome back this weekend on Inside West Virginia Politics, where our sole focus of this program this week is energy policy. I want to introduce Karan Ireland. She is with the Sierra Club, the West Virginia chapter, and she's here to talk more about the Atlantic Coast Pipeline issue. Great to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me, Mark. I appreciate it.
This has been a seesaw couple of weeks. I mean, the environmental groups had fought and got the stay in the Court of Appeals to stop the Atlantic Coast Pipeline. Then it was reversed by the U.S. Supreme Court. Everybody thought construction would start, and then the two companies, Dominion and Duke Energy, threw in the towel and said, we're done.
Well, even with the Supreme Court decision, the pipeline faced permit challenges, and so we didn't necessarily think that construction was going to begin right then. But certainly we were as surprised as any to hear Dominion and Duke's decision, and we think it's the right decision.
Were the environmental groups prepared to take other legal action? I mean, the permitting thing was certainly overappealed by the Supreme Court, but I had heard that maybe the Sierra Club would challenge it under the rules of the Clean Water Act or the Endangered Species Act, and that this might go on endlessly in the courts. Was that a possibility? I
think organizations were prepared to intervene wherever they could in order to stop something that we know is dangerous, dirty, and unnecessary. And I think beyond the environmental organizations, sometimes we hear a lot about environmental organizations, but we're also talking about landowners and farmers and 2,900 people along the pipeline path that were fighting this, you know, right from their front yards. So we think that there was going to be a big fight involved from a lot of different angles. What
were your main concerns about environmental impact along the way, especially going through a national forest, the Appalachian Trail and such?
Right. Well, I mean, the path itself was always a risk and always an unwise decision, right? Like you mentioned the national forest, you mentioned the Blue Ridge Parkway, we've got ridge tops, really rough terrain. But in addition to that, I mean, it was completely unnecessary. Dominion's own plans show that their demand for gas is going to remain flat or decline. And so it was never needed. There were concerns about clean water, air. We've seen erosion on people's land from the Mountain Valley pipeline that's being constructed. We've seen water contaminations. We've seen even in Sissonville a few years back, right, a gas pipeline exploded. So, I mean, we see these accidents happen, and we know often that it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, but when it's going to happen. And clean, renewable energy is affordable and available right now, and that's the smart investment.
But is there a place for natural gas in the mix anymore? I mean, we're sitting on top of one of the world's largest reserves. I mean, from an economic standpoint, shouldn't the state be trying to benefit from that money from severance tax and so forth? Or
I really don't believe there is a place for it anymore. At one time, I know people considered it a bridge fuel, but that period of time has diminished. It's a kind of the way of the past. We really need to get on board with these affordable, renewable, safe forms of energy, and you know, we've got storage coming on board. There's all kinds of ways that we can get to 100% renewables.
If we're going to do that, does there need to be some kind of federal job training program? I look at all the coal miners, people that may have worked in the natural gas industry. If their jobs become obsolete, it would seem logical that they would still work in the energy sector and maybe convert to doing solar arrays and things like that. I mean, do we need some kind of transitional program like that?
Well, I think we definitely need a just transition for workers. And frankly, we've been seeing the decline for decades now in coal. And so whether it's job training, I mean, for instance, renewable jobs is the fastest growing sector in the country. And some of that should happen here. But we also look at jobs, Senate Bill 583 that the West Virginia legislature passed this last session. You know, you saw testimony there from the Commerce Department and the Development Office saying these jobs are going to come here because these large companies want to be able to access renewable energy. So whether it's clean energy jobs or jobs with companies that have made a commitment to sustainability, that's where the future is.
All right, well, we're going to keep an eye on this issue. Obviously, the legislature will probably deal with it again in the coming years, certainly Congress as well. And I think we're going to revisit it when it gets into the court system, too. And now Warren Buffett's involved. And so this thing may not be over. We want to thank Karan Ireland from the Sierra Club for joining us this week. We'll have you back and discuss this further as the issue develops.
Thanks,
Karan.
It's great to see you, Mark.
And as promised, we're going to talk about solar energy coming up in our next 2 segments. You don't want to miss that. Stay with us.